Peace and blessings, y'all. In this corner, boxing 24. Good morning. How's everyone doing this morning, today, June 11th? Hope everybody doing good. I'm doing pretty good on this side as always. I say God is great, God is good, and I definitely can't complain. And if I think I can complain, then I always try to remember that somebody's always doing worse than me and other people. As bad as we're doing, somebody's always doing worse. So let's talk about the weekend, last weekend, and what happened, the meltdown with Keyshawn Davis. Now, I just want to start by saying, I wish I could apologize to Nair Albright for that altercation after the fight, because that definitely shouldn't have happened. Terrence Crawford did apologize. Bomac apologized. Keyshawn Davis needs to apologize to him formally. Virtual, maybe not in person, but virtual. But if they could meet in person, that would be very respectful. I know the Philly fans are on edge for what he did, so maybe a virtual thing would be good, but he definitely needs to apologize from him, not from his brothers, because he initiated the altercation after the fight based on, I gotta let, he has to tell his story, what really prompted him to do that. We could all say it was because his brother lost, it was because he lost money for the fight because he weighed in, he came in 4.3 pounds over, whatever emotions was going on. We don't know exactly what it was. We could try to say what it was, but he has to really say it. But from the outside looking in, it looked like it was a combination of things. Him losing his money, him coming in overweight, him being emotional. You kind of saw that with the back and forth with Abdullah Mason. And then his brother losing to a fighter that he beat. So emotions was running high. And sometimes you can mask it, but sometimes, man, it just comes out. So all I can say is, as I've been saying to anybody, family and friend, of course I can't defend what Keyshawn did after the fight, but I understand boxing, and he's not the first fighter that came in overweight for a fight and was asked to go back and see if they could make the weight, or they just didn't make the weight and they say, you know what, I'm going to still fight, and then the next fight I'll move up. We know Shakur Stevenson did it with Robert Conceição. At the Prudential Center, he came in 1.6 pounds overweight, and he said, listen, I'm not going to go back and try to make the weight. It's too much, right? And he moved up to 135 the next fight. That was a 130 fight. If we remember that. That was 3 years ago, right? So, listen, man. Things happen, okay? Keyshawn Davis came in 4.3 pounds over, and I don't know if he did it on purpose. I don't know if he couldn't make the weight, he tried, or he just settled and said, you know what, this is where I'm at, I'm not gonna try to lose no more. Whatever it was, you look at his body, you could kind of tell he's ready to move up, man. He came in at 39.3, okay? 135 probably really would have squeezed him. Look how Edwin De Los Santos looked. Just think about this now, right? And this is no justification, but look how Edwin De Los Santos looked. Look how his face looked sunken. You could see his bone structure in his face. He looked very, very skinny. I've never seen him like that, which means to me that he was weighing in the late 40s to 50s, and he was taking on weight to make 135. He came in at 134.7, but look how sunken he looked. Look how dehydrated, he looked, right? So that means he came down some weight. Keyshawn came down some weight, but I don't think if he would have took off the 4 pounds, he still wouldn't have looked like De Los Santos, but his face would have definitely been slimmer, his body slimmer, trimmer, right? But De Los Santos, he didn't look good. So he took off a lot of weight. So my point is, the commission did not agree, obviously, because I just found out that De Los Santos didn't get his whole purse. Why? Because he still could have took the fight. What risk was it, the fact that you're going to rehydrate and you're going to put on some weight, and Keyshawn's going to put on some weight, and we all going to outweigh each other after the weigh-in. I might come in at 150, you might come in at 153. So what? That don't stop no fight. That wasn't giving him any advantage. As long as he wasn't on no performance-enhancing drugs like Ryan Garcia was, it wasn't no advantage. So you guys got mad when Devin Haney wanted to sue, but he wasn't suing because of the weight. He was suing more so because he's cheated. It was a combination of cheating and the weight that give him an advantage. And yes, it does give you an energy boost. It can make you stronger, right? Certain performance-enhancing drugs. Ostarine, whatever Ryan Garcia was on, it can give you an edge. And they was going to sue based on that. He pulled the defamation, the suit back, the lawsuit back, pardon me. But I could understand it, what he was trying to do. But now I'm hearing that De Los Santos is going to sue because what? They took your purse now? What are you suing for? You had an opportunity to fight. And that's why they're not giving you all your purse. I don't know what was promised, what was said. I saw things saying he was going to get 50% more. They offered him this, they offered him that. But then the commission probably stepped in and said, listen, man, no. You still had an opportunity to fight at the end of the day. Are you really at risk fighting him because he's 4.3 pounds over when you're going to rehydrate as well and will be just as big as him, if not bigger? I don't think it goes like that. So that's a loss on him, right? The most thing we can fault Keyshawn Davis with is what happened after the fight. In no way, shape, or form was he right. You don't go into another man's dressing room. And if you are going into a man's dressing room, you're going to congratulate him and chop it up, and that's it. But you're never going into the opposing team dressing room to start something because you lost, or your brother lost, or whoever lost. That just doesn't happen. I've never heard of it. I've heard people say they haven't experienced that. So Keyshawn Davis, you did something that was totally unagreeable or disagreeable. Like, you shouldn't have did that. That was definitely wrong. And you gotta answer for that. You have to apologize. I hope they don't fine you and suspend you, but I know you gotta pay for it in some kind of way. I hope that you get a fine, you learn your lesson, you move on. And I would say as well that you should still try to fight De Los Santos. I think that's the way to make up for it. I think you owe the fans an apology. You owe everybody an apology first and foremost, then the fans, your family, your mother, the boxing commission, right? And then try to get the fight. Bob Arum, try to get the fight, man, with De Los Santos. Say, listen, man, I still want to fight this guy. I want to prove, man, that I can beat this guy and that I'm the best still at 135. And do everything you can and try to make that 135. And then put a asterisk in there and say, listen, man, even if I can't make 135, man, I'll at least try to get 136, 137. They'll work with you, man. And then let them come in his way and y'all work that fight out, okay? And you win and you move on. You go back, you go to 140 because you can beat them and you know that. So that's what I think should happen. I hope Keyshawn thinks about it. I hope they talk about it. And, I hope everything works out for him. I hope they don't damage him too much because it's a mental and a physical thing. I just hope he can move forward from it in the right way. Everybody makes bad mistakes and everybody makes bad decisions. That was a bad decision. I've made them, we've all made them, and he deserves forgiveness as well. It's not the worst thing that could have happened and definitely not the best. And I wish the best for him going forward in his career. I'm not going to kick a man when he's down. He already know what he did. He's feeling bad. He's feeling shameful right now. And he may not say it. He may not show it. But of course he is. He know that was way totally out of order. You don't have to tell him that. And if he doesn't know, then he will know. Because he's going to have to pay for it in some kind of way. So that's all I really got, y'all. Peace and blessings, y'all. In this corner, Boxing 24. Please subscribe to the page. Please leave your comments. Let me know how you feel. Everybody enjoy the rest of your day. Peace out.